Hi guys, so I'm going to give you a price estimate of the whole process. So let's say you're a registered nurse in Nigeria, you're a registered nurse in Ghana or any other country, and you want to become a US registered nurse. I'm going to give you a brief price estimate. So the number one I have here is the CGFNS. You remember the one that verifies the transcript and the rest? Yes, that will cost about $485. Then for the license verification, because when CGFNS wants to verify your license, you have to reach out to the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria or whatever board of nursing you use. And for that in Nigeria, it used to be about 70,000 naira for them to verify your license and send to CGFNS. And then for the transcript, we all know that each school is different, so transcript just depends on what your school charges for them to send your transcript to CGFNS. Then for the Board of Nursing registration in the US, remember we have up to 50 states in the US, depending on the state you want to go to. But the Board of Nursing registration depends on the Board of Nursing and state you want to go to. And some people, they want it expedite for the CGFNS. So if you want to expedite them to verify your license, my son is here. If you want to expedite for them to verify your license, you have to pay $400. But me, I didn't have to pay any amount because when I was trying to wait for them to verify my license, I was using that time to prepare for NCLEX, so there wasn't any need for me to expedite. But if you want to save costs, I don't think you need to expedite with CGFNS. Guys, let's continue. So for the next step of the process and price it will take you to become a US registered nurse, you have to do a criminal background check. That's $40. So the Board of Nursing want to do a criminal background check on you. They'll send like a package from a company. You will have to take it to the police in Nigeria for them to do your background check. Anyways, that will cost about $40. So you register with Pearson. That's like a center that will give you that authorization for you to write your NCLEX, and that registration is about $200. So when you receive that authorization to test and you pick a date to write your NCLEX, you have to schedule. Like let's say you get the authorization and you trying to schedule a date. So for you to schedule that your exam, the Philippines is $150. If you're using UK is $180, and if you're using Brazil is $200. That's like the scheduling fee for you to schedule the exam. Then after that you book your flight. And of course, the flight depends on which country you want to write your NCLEX. Let's say if you're going to Philippines or you're going to UK, you're going to Brazil, that will cost about 800K to 1 million. Like that's my estimate though. Of course, if you don't have the cash, you have to look for like very cheap and very affordable ones. Though those ones might have a lot of stopovers, but you know, you have to save costs at this point. So after you book your flight, that's the flight fee. But of course, we don't have to forget, you know, we have to do the visa fee. So for the visa fee, the last time I heard about it, I heard UK is about 260,000. Philippines is just 23,000, and Brazil is 50,000, depending on the visa you want to use. And of course, you have to pay for hotel and maybe Uber, Lyft, whatever you want to use in the country you're going to transport you to the exam. So that's the price estimate. So remember that there may be one or two changes, little changes, but this is like the price estimate for you to actually write your exam and have that license as a US registered nurse. So guys, I know it's hard with the country. I know how much most nurses earn in Nigeria. When I started about 2017, 2018. Then I was doing my NYSC, and I was trying to save from the money I was making monthly, and I was, so with this process, I think it takes a lot of patience. You have to be patient, and then you have to start saving. No matter how small, you have to start keeping money aside, because as we all know, like, let's say if I have paid $300 3 years ago, we all know the exchange rate right now, and it keeps getting worse. So the earlier you get over with this process, the better, because I'm thinking that as time goes on, this process might change and become harder, or the country might get worse for you to actually save something. So the best time to start is now. Try to save no matter how little. I know of some people that borrow, but you can't borrow when you don't even have your NCLEX, if that makes sense. Because people that borrow might, okay, maybe that's like they're in the immigration phase, and they have a family in Nigeria they can borrow from, if that makes sense. So if you are borrowing from someone in Nigeria, let's say like a family, and they know, oh, we know you're going to US next week, or you already have a job, you just need like support for you to, stay for like 1 month before you get your 1 month salary. It's easier for people to give you that money than you've not started the process and you're already borrowing. So advice, save as much as you can. And there are also agents that help people, like agencies that help people sponsor for all these things. But I have to tell you that they are very competitive, because you have to write an exam for them to know that, okay, it's even worth it for us to spend that much on you, And if you have your NCLEX, you're more competitive. Or some of those agents, if you don't have your NCLEX, they're like, oh, you didn't pass our exam, we won't take you. But if you have your NCLEX, you don't need to go through those exams. Like, it's easier for you. So it was nice talking to you guys again, and of course I'm always here to answer your questions to the best of my ability. And shoot your questions and I'll try to answer. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.